Hello everyone, my name is Claudio Quesada. I am the Research and Conservation Coordinator for the Pacuare Reserve in the Caribbean of Costa Rica. Well, basically I have to start from the beginning. I have to tell that as a Costa Rican, we have a really strong base on conservation, even if we are not like directly related with a biological career. We take really good classes related with national parks, protected areas, so that's probably the beginning. My first career was environmental ecotourism. Obviously at that time it was more related with ecotourism, but anyway we learned a lot of things related about management of protected areas, and things related with biology, ecology. So my second career was about natural resources management. And in that career, I truly learned about conservation, analysis of data. Then my first master degree was about environmental consultancy, then marine biology, and then environmental law. So it's a great combination when you have like these three and more different perspectives about ecotourism, conservation, environmental law. Now I'm starting my PhD, and it's more related with conservation and how conservation can help rural communities and people that live around protected areas. So it's another social impact that we want to generate based on conservation and research. About 5-6 years ago, I was doing some research about how the combination of gases could affect the hatchling success and the combination of gases into the nest chamber. So it was amazing to measure the decreasing on the oxygen and increasing on the CO2 in the nest chamber. So it's that the embryos breathe, and every once in a while they produce CO2 and they need oxygen to breathe. But it was amazing to actually see how these trending lines were going in opposite ways depending on the development of the embryos, and how this is related with the increasing of the temperature with the process of development of the development of the embryos. You get to see how this combination of temperature, gases, water in gas as well gets into and out of the shell of the eggs. It was amazing. Environmental education, having the opportunity to see the kids coming to the reserve, it's just amazing how we can inspire people. So basically working hard and actually feeling what we do is great, because people actually get to know what we do, and people get to understand why we get crazy about doing this kind of stuff. So environmental education probably is one of the most important things I do. Well, probably releasing hatchlings, going through all the process, from working with the nesting female, collecting the eggs, collecting all the data about the nesting females, and take the eggs, if we take the eggs to the hatchery, and just opportunity to release the babies and think about the next generation. That's probably one of the most amazing, when actually life gets created, when this embryo grows and gets to the point when we can release them to the sea. That's probably my favorite place, and people really enjoy it. So as well, it's really important to teach and tell the people why we need all this hard work. based on the threats that we can see right now on the nesting beaches, because on each part of the life cycle there will be different threats. So let's start from nesting beaches. Probably global warming. Right now the increasing of the temperature is basically killing a lot of embryos because of they just get more temperature that they can support, so they could die super easy. And then there is a high risk to have more females or produce more females, because reptiles define the gender of the embryos and the hatchlings on the temperature, and in the case of the leatherback turtles, we call pivotal temperature. So if it's something above that temperature, we will produce females. And as the temperature is increasing on the nesting beaches, there is a risk to produce more females. So what we can do? Basically try to reduce our use of everything that is increasing that temperature, from using of gasoline, diesel, oil in general, plastics. So try to use more the bicycle, could be a really good behavior to do to protect the sea turtles. In the case of feeding areas, well, we need to think responsible about the time when we get to eat fish or any other kind of seafood. It's important to know where they come from. It was catch in a responsible like way and behavior. Well, it's really important. The easiest way to explain is they come from a really different environment. So we don't want to get anything from them, and we don't want to contaminate the sea turtles with the bacteria and fungus we have. That's the easy explanation to tell why we use the gloves when we work with the sea turtles. So basically, the problem with the salt water is that when the salt water gets dry, the crystal basically cover the pores on the eggshells, so the embryo cannot breathe anymore. And there is a really high probability that 100% of the embryos will die because of this reason. Every time that we get a nest that is contaminated with salt water, just relocate the nest, try to follow the nest to see what happened. But yeah, there is a really high probability that the embryos will die on this process. Yes, there are at least 2 places in the States where people have tried to recover animals that have had like this kind of problems. Most of those caused because of humans, boats or encounters with humans. Right now there's people as well trying to do more research on how to print basically flippers, bad flippers, sometimes the carapace as well, to give a second chance when they have an amputation of the flippers, or they have a really big problem with the carapace. Well, I can tell that we need to follow our passion, no matter how hard it is. I have to tell, before I get a paid job, I was volunteer for 3 years, and not only related with sea turtles. I was a volunteer doing social work, doing environmental work, building universal path in some national parks in Costa Rica. So no matter what you want to do, no matter what you feel that you must do, you need to follow the idea. Probably in the beginning it's going to be hard, and maybe at some point in your career as well it's going to be hard, but that's really give you the energy, the passion to keep working. So no matter what you feel or how hard you feel it is, it's gonna be a really good reward at the end of the day. And how to get into the policy? Well, right now that that I have the master in environmental law, so it's important to know that there is people in every area of work trying to do their best for the conservation of the wildlife and the conservation of the planet. So we just need to get together, we just need to have the different opinions from every perspective, and that will give a lot more for the conservation of the species and the ecosystems in general. Thank you for watching the video, and if you want more information, please note you can make questions at any time. We as a team, I know that we are behind a computer, but we are real people that want to give more information in case you have it, or try to find and research more information if you want to know something more. So please feel free to make questions at any time, and enjoy your trip to Pacuare Reserve. Thank you.